to me, the most special thing that I love doing is working with elderly folks. And this is my opinion, is that I think we've brushed our old people aside. That's my opinion. I really do. We are far too focused on these young fellas, these young kids. What is wrong? Studies show that they're not fully developed until 23, 24. What about our old people that brought us up who sit idle in the corner? When was the last time we ever heard of them putting some sort of initiative together for our old people? Everything is about youth, ram raids. Everything's about this, youth. Youth. When was it that you ever heard something about to do with our elderly folks who sit idle, who go into the mall and just sit there by themselves? I challenge anyone out there, let's get together, let's do something, we're just in the interim as well of just doing some stuff, just down at the mall, about providing a space for our old people to come in and even if it's just to play cards or something like that for an hour, or just to kalango the way we are. Provide a space for them. They don't ask for much. They're not asking for the 3-course meal, but I think we're clever fellas that can figure it out how we can provide for our old people. These are the people that brought us up. So why is it that we have brushed them aside all of a sudden and focusing on, hey, it's good to focus on youth, don't get me wrong, but when it's overdone and overanalyzed, and yet they sit idle in the corner. Who has checked up on them?
Yeah.
Who has rung them up? Wā mai oiti nā. When was the last time? Don't come and cry at the funeral. My dad told me, leo ngā o mai kangi, leoki. I'm alive now, go and see them.
I agree with you tenfold on that.
I'm alive, come and see me now. You say all this technology and you can't use that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm 52 years old now, but my mum still makes a ipo for me. Yeah, Charles, wa manga whailau sapa sui, a mula loku sawa wakulo. This guy's laughing. How can I fault my mum at 85 still doing a pora chop sui for her 52-year-old son?
Yeah. And you're absolutely right, man. Our parents are always our parents. Say as much as I've fallen outside with my older brothers, ever stuff. Yeah, my mum still pui her baby because that's her son. And man, I believe like I fell into barbering knowing the blessings that came out of sharing and talking and having that space. Because I always thought, man, when I'm old enough, man, my old man can pull the dominoes out and smash someone at dominoes or, a sweepy or something like that, And I always love the fact that if my dad did show up, I'd have $50 for him and he might just sweep the floor once, but he'll be content with his TAB money, But you're right, man. I feel like the youth today need to see what we have been taught from our elders. And until they can respect that, that's the cycle that can never be duplicated because we have that opportunity to do it, but it's whether us as parents in the current days now can teach our kids that, But I feel, you're absolutely right, man. It's sad to say, our elders only get up to go local, and that's the one thing that they look forward to.
Yeah.
When both my parents are 18 now, but my daughter, she had that window where she felt like she doesn't have anyone to go and complain to about her injuries or the whaiaongas or, because once they're gone, and we can't have that. But I would love to talk in any initiative like that. I hear of one of the usos going through dementia with his mum, and I was so drawn to it. I was like, Us, if you need don't be too proud. If I can help, man, I would love to mind your old lady, man. But I've got 4 other miners that will be willing to jump, I come out from Te Aratu to see the Lomakua at the takeaways. I go to see her for the mamoi. Because there's no one out west that does my moe like. I'm always asking the dad, how's mum? Always Nana, she in the back, she's knitting. And before I leave and I leave my moe and my potatoes, I always say, bye Nana. Because she's been feeding me my moe for the last 30 years, and they've been out here 30 years. But you're right, man. It's like people need to value our elders.
Yeah, yeah. And those are stories that you will never ever get unless you sit with them. Those are stories that we have the opportunity now. Even, man, I tell you, this is what's quite funny. And, me as a Samoan male as well, my dad never used to say, I love you. If you know what I mean, I would never ever hear that out of his mouth, and I always used to look at the Palangi kids, and, they kiss their dad and their mum, you know what I mean, I love you, that sort of carry on, and then I look at my koinga, but in your heart that they love you with all their might. But it's just not a thing that comes out naturally. And it's ironic now that I'm at this age, I never used to kiss my dad, as well. I remember as a young fella doing it, but when I got to, I don't know, whenever you stop that, whoa, hey, easy, hey, buddy.
High school age and
Hey,
stop.
That's it. Also. But even now, when I go see my dad, my dad gives me a kiss. 81-year-old man gives me a kiss on the cheek, when I go. And I say, hey, I never used to say it. When I go, yeah, love you, Dad. Yeah, love you too, son. And it's breaking down those walls as well. It's taken however many years. But that stuff there's to value, the stories that my dad and my mum share. My mum shares amazing stories of a young girl growing up in Samoa, in Vaishingango and that, right next to Eggies there. Man, my mum just shares some amazing stories. Once they're gone, once they go home, the stories stop. The secret stops, eh?
Yeah.
So that's why, it's like anything, lads, these kids need to know where they came from in order to know where they're going.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's as simple as that. Doesn't matter, Samoa, Tonga, whatever, Palangi, it doesn't matter to you. But understand first where I've come from, before you will ever know where you're going.
Absolutely.
And that's I think that is the issue today. Whasingo mai.
I think talking to the elderly is important because, things change, times change, environment changes, technology is changing the world. But the fundamental things still there all forever. And these fundamental things are in the Bible. And these fundamental things of life, the stories of life, like everyone says, you need life skills. The elderly's got the life skills. They don't need the devices. They don't need internet. How to live life, to show people how to live life.
Yeah.
They do it through living life.
Yeah.
And they've done it. They've got the experience.
I love that, bro.
When you start a new job, you're just new. You're fresh. You got no experience. But people, when you start your job, people got experience. Then you learn from them. Our elderly, they've got the experience of life. And when we talk to them, when they tell us the stories of their lives, like they're surviving those times, but those the same survival things are still relevant now if you look deep. It's still the same things. You take away, it's like an onion, no? You take away all the layers of what's changed in the world and social media and all that kind of stuff. No, it's right in the middle there. That's the fundamental things of how to live life.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. And that's